good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Jug. Dima on Come On Music! Guys, Myron keeps taking L's, and of course, I'm going to keep benefiting off of this because, well, it's funny, and I actually get paid to do it, and Myron can't get paid to do it because he's demonetized. But for me, I'm getting rich! Fast forward! Let me get back to the situation y'all distracting me. So again, as you know, Myron is trying to be the best token Negro that he can be by trying to help out whites who have a problem with Israel and blacks and gays to, I don't know, take back America. That's kind of what this thing is. The guys, the grapers, you know, kind of the alt-right guys. He's trying to play into that, trying to get some clout. This is different from how he started with the Fresh and Fit podcast when these guys were doing dating and that dried up. So now let's try to integrate into the more extreme racist right side of the game and show them that we have value. And basically we can do that by calling out other groups that, you know, hey, they also call them out, but it's more favorable for Myron to call them out. Like when Myron criticizes African Americans, it's actually better that he goes hard than somebody white because they're going to be called racist anyway, but it's much better if you get this guy who's an ally to do a lot of the dirty work for you. I've been talking about the situation with Myron's coworker Mo, or Myron's employee Mo, which, you know, Myron's been going around saying these guys are eating cats, and that's not the case. But to disrespect the guy, he's going to play this particular song.
They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats, eat the cat, eat the cat. They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats, eat the cat, eat the cat. They're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs, eat the cat, eat the cat, eat the cat. They're eating the dogs, they're eating
that was easy.
That's crazy. To disrespect a man who helps you make money every day, a guy who's helped you make millions of dollars, you would disrespect that guy's community. But it's different when Myron is around whites. Now, we already know he's been kicked out of Twitter Spaces before, all white Twitter Spaces and all that. But it happened again. I know that you don't believe me, but I want you to listen to his interaction with him and another guy called HT the Giga.
I can't believe how quick that was. I can't believe how fast that was.
Can I make this interesting? Can I make this interesting real quick? Myron, you were in my space the other day, and I said, you know, you're doing a great job calling out these Jews, but, you know, if we take this country back, we want it for white folks. And would you go home and you said, I was born here and I'm not going anywhere. And this is where I think the problem is with working with non-whites is that once you think you help us, that you're just going to stay in our country. Do you still stand with that answer?
Bro, you look, man, I know you're trying to get a clippable moment here for your...
No, it's the truth, man. This is the issue with whites working with non-whites.
We're over here talking about a problem, then you bring it right back into, you know, this whole white thing. Like, dude, shut the
This whole white thing is what built this country, Myron.
Shut the up, dude.
Hey, you sand. You sand.
Hey,
I am in Florida. I'm in Florida, and I will knock you out on camera.
All right, we're not gonna. I'm not gonna have violence in the space. It's not even my space. I think Ian's having issues, so look, I'm not gonna allow that in Ian's space.
It's mutual combat.
I understand, but like, listen, people are listening.
There is no mutual combat. I don't even want to deal with you, bro. Like,
well then, why are you in? Why do you Browns think you could stay in my country? Why?
Look, guy. Look,
no, it's the truth. This you didn't build this country, Myron. You're not from here. You're not from this country. Why do you think you can stay?
Anyway.
No, it's a point, Myron. Answer.
Well, actually, here's a better point. I'm gonna listen. Here's actually a good. You know, we've been talking about an alliance all night tonight. You know, what's the priority? Do we fight Jews? Do we put white people first? What do we do? Listen, free speech on Twitter is an alliance-worthy fight, right? Like where we can all come together around the principle of free speech. It doesn't matter if you're black, brown, white, American, African, Muslim, Christian. It doesn't matter. All right. So this is actually a case where everybody should be united around free speech and fight for everybody's free speech. Okay. That's it. So turning this discussion about free speech on Twitter into like turning it into a race war in America, it's just out of order. And
that's what this guy is doing, is just race baiting. Like I'm talking
about.
No.
Listen,
here,
Myron.
And he comes in here trying to get a clip or some boots me.
Myron, I'm doing fine.
Chat,
I'm doing just fine,
takes me
bud.
out of his thing because obviously he's like,
Because you're
oh,
not
well,
white.
I'm not gonna go ahead and debate you. I'm just gonna boot you out of my fucking.
Because you're
thing
not
'cause I'm a
white.
But what does that have to do with anything, dude? I'm not even talking to you right now.
Because
This
you're in my
conversation has
country
nothing
right
to do with
now.
you.
You're in
This
my
has
country
nothing
right
to do
now.
with you.
You're an
This has
invader.
nothing to do with you.
You hate the Jews, but at
Dude,
the
you're
same
a
you are a
Mexican.
Jewish
Shut up.
bioweapon.
You're
You're a Jewish
Mexican.
bioweapon,
You're not
Myron.
even white. Shut up.
Yes, I
You're
am. DNA test is
Mexican.
out there, Myron.
Get the out of here, dude. You're Mexican.
My
Shut the up, Jorge. Over here trying to sit there and say, I'm white. Shut
my
up, dude.
DNA test
You're
is
wearing
out
a
there,
sombrero
Myron. Is
right now.
yours? Is
You're
yours,
wearing a
Myron?
sombrero right now. Shut up. Shut the up.
Myron, you are a
You're
non-white
nobody.
invader. Thank the
All right, that's just unproductive. Like this igniting a race war in this space tonight, HT, uncalled for, unnecessary. You can have a different space for that. Like earlier, that might have been appropriate, but right now we're talking about free speech on Twitter. So that's
this
just
non-white is calling me a Mexican. All right,
bro.
this is
You're attacking him too. So listen, like you said, it was mutual combat, but it's over now. We're not going to derail
my
the
point
space.
is
Now, what's funny is the guy goes, "Hey Myron, we really appreciate what you're doing with your commentary on the Jews, but we want you to know that once the whites, as he says, take back America, we're gonna send you back to Africa." When he tells Myron that, Myron gets upset. He starts cursing. "I'm not going anywhere. I was born in this country." And see, I don't think that Myron gets it. And this is the issue that a lot of blacks who decide to be like Sharika Soul or Candace Owens, any people who talk against their own community on the behalf of another group, well, you are already a traitor. So you are a person that is disposable because you can't be trusted. If you are a black person talking down on your community or on your diaspora in the favor of another group, well, they're gonna put two and two together that this guy can't be trusted. He will do the same thing to us. So what we need to do is use him for what we can get him for or her for. And then once we accumulate what we need from them, then we're also going to discard of them. And why is that? Because, well, they're still the enemy. Now, they can like you as a person to a certain degree. They can like what you're doing. But at the same time, you're still the wrong color. And I'm gonna continue to push this on this channel because I've been getting into it with this guy, emails me all the time. I'm talking about you, Paul. This guy is a Democratic registered voter, and he always talks about, all the white races on the right. And I acknowledge that there are white races on the right, and I still vote Republican. And I'm gonna tell you why I will continue to do that is because the white races on the right, I know that they exist. And those people, and not everybody that's Republican is a racist, but they want to be away from me as much as I want to be away from racist whites. Okay? That's evident. So I don't have to be dealing with them, interfering with them at all. Just like they don't want me around. I don't have an issue with that at all. Okay? Want to know why I talk like that and think like that? Because I understand that the majority of whites, although they can be empathetic or sympathetic towards blacks, that most white people would like to be, for the most part, around themselves. You're gonna have issues where, hey, you're gonna have whites that have some black friends and all that, but they want to be by themselves. We need to stop trying to force this integration, one big happy world, one big happy, sure, some people will do so, but for the most part, the blacks are gonna have to save themselves. And we keep trying to be accepted by a group of people who continue to show you that they're not gonna accept you. And then for Myron's case, even when he's on their side, even when he's spitting their venom towards blacks, they still don't want anything to do with him. Because remember, he's still black, and that's still defeating the purpose of reproducing white babies. They don't want him dealing with their women. These guys he's trying to get to accept him. Now, I'm not saying that all whites are the same like this, because they're not, but I'm talking about the ones that he's trying to prove himself to. Doesn't matter. And blacks, we have to understand that there is a group of people who think like this publicly and they think like this silently. And what a lot of people want to see is a lot of blacks stick to their own. That's my honest idea of it. Because if that's the case, then we would see more blacks being more successful. We wouldn't see such racism towards blacks in America, but we continue to see it. In fact, blacks are getting worse, not better in America. So what they're telling you is, hey, you guys need to figure out this own problem within your communities. You know, and the thing about a lot of these black people, black conservatives, let me tell you guys something, man. White people do not need blacks to come and defend them and solve their issues. All right? They don't need it. And Myron is finding this out. You're wasting your time. They don't need you to call out anybody on their behalf. They can clearly do it by themselves. They'll take it, they'll accept it, but they don't need you. All right? They are completely capable of solving their own issues. And then when you get your Negro wake-up call and you keep getting booted by those people, you get upset. I'm not going anywhere. Hey, well, guess what? If the migrants have got to go, you got to go too, bro, because that's how they look at you, all the same. And it's not until blacks understand that, then we will stop disrespecting our people, we will stop disrespecting our communities, and we will try to build within our own groups instead of trying to basically sell out for somebody else who already, they're not gonna accept you, which is okay. We gotta be okay with that. We gotta stop trying to get accepted by them and start accepting ourselves. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, RCD Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.